Welcome to The Chatter, your end of the week ear candy for what to eat, drink, see, and do in Richmond, Virginia, right damn now.
The Richmond Experience is independently owned and created by locals, us, for locals, you. From recent openings and the latest trends to time tested traditions and hidden gems, we're here to help you experience the very best that RVA has to offer.
Hi, I'm Paige, RVAX owner and chief marketing officer. I'm the face you see in front of the scenes on Instagram and TikTok, taking you to all the latest and greatest hotspots around town.
And I'm Kelsey, RVAX owner and editor in chief, working behind the scenes on your Wednesday and Thursday newsletters, the Weekly Insider and the Weekender, and City Guides.
What's up, Kels?
Hi, Paige. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little sleepy. The weather, I was out late last night at Mumford and Sons, and I usually go to bed at like 9, so anytime I get in bed a little late, I'm always just super sleepy.
Yes, you're outside of your norm. We were just talking before we hopped on. My husband also went to that show and he ended up sneaking out a little bit early because he went with his dad and they were both kind of like, for a Tuesday night, I'm tired.
Yeah, we were with folks that are like in it to the
Yeah.
end, which
That's
was,
typically my go-to too. You paid to get in, you got to go to this show. I want to see the whole thing.
yeah, I mean, it just depends on where you're at. So, I mean, we had a friend who drove us and picked us up, which was a very nice 5-star Uber ride for us
Fantastic.
without paying. So we just got, we were like, we don't have to worry about really traffic. So,
True, like getting out of there. I did hear from him that it was very like packed to the gills. People were ready to go for this show.
yeah, I don't know if it was sold out or not, but I mean, it was packed.
Yeah, and I had seen from other people, I think people are, at least while it's still allowable, really enjoying sitting around the area.
It is funny because I heard, so I'm for it. That's their problem. They
Listen,
they put it there and there's a hill right next to
you
it.
put an amphitheater downtown by the river.
And I feel like it's very Richmond-esque.
Yes.
I'm fine with you going and paying for a ticket, but I'm fine like if you want to go sit on the lawn, like I whatever, you know?
Be
Um
respectful and be kind, and it's fine by me as a
yeah,
non-government official.
yeah, same. And it is funny though. I heard at Dave Matthews, he was making fun of the venue and how like, hey, you could have added a lot more lawn space. And like last night with Mumford and Sons, they also were like, yeah, you guys out there too.
Everybody all around.
So it's fun. I think it's a very Richmondy thing,
Yeah.
and I'm down.
It
Yeah.
seems to track with the personality of the city, and I hope that they can kind of like, take it easy with like people doing nobody's as long as you're not being disruptive. I mean, what's come on.
Yeah, you're just sitting on the hill enjoying the music.
And it looks like the weather pretty much held out too.
Yeah, I think it might have like done like 2 sprinkles,
Little
but I
drizzle.
was really happy with the temperature. I mean, it
Yes.
was 70 degrees, so that was lovely.
Yes, we've been having like a nice little like reprieve from the temperatures in earlier in the summer, and so it was like a nice night to be outside.
Yeah, beautiful. So,
Wonderful. So then, of course, that, and then you also had your Lexington trip over the weekend, which I'm sure you're still exhausted from too. You need another, like, you need a restful weekend this one, Paige.
I am. I'm taking this weekend off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Lexington, Virginia. It's about 2 hours from Richmond, and we went and saw the Natural Bridge, and we went to Lime Kiln Theater. This summer is the summer of music for me.
Oh,
Holly and
yeah.
I've definitely seen some shows, which we're loving. But yeah, we saw Steep Canyon Rangers at Lime Kiln, and the folks at the theater were amazing. They emailed us, it was over a year ago, saying like, hey, we want you to come down, we want you to highlight the theater. And it was just a long time in the running, so it was really exciting to get out there, and it really was a very magical venue.
It looked like it from everything that you were posting. Looks like a like sweet spot to catch live music.
Yeah, and we just brought a blanket, but we got there early, which they suggest you do. And we got this awesome spot right like on the rocks, like overlooking the stage, and it felt like we were like in it. So it was cool. I definitely would go back.
Yeah. And you said when we were talking about this planning wise, this is like one of those like whenever they put out their next batch of tickets, they go quickly. So if you are interested in this, you have to get on them soon.
Yeah, I would get on if you're interested in visiting. Their shows drop in March for the following year, and I'd get on their mailing list because it really was cool and it's not expensive. I mean, yeah, you have to travel there, but we stayed at the Georges, which was also very nice. Um, and yeah, it was a great little 24-hour getaway. But whenever we got back, we just like crashed.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like needed to like reboot, reset, and all of that. It makes sense. And you had your whole like guide up and everything up on our website for people to read and review if they need suggestions for their own visit. But it did look like a cute little like overnight date night for you and Holly.
Yeah, I made the guide and the reel on Monday when I got back,
Yeah, cranking
because
it out.
I just like to get things done.
Crank,
Y'all
crank,
know
crank
me.
it out. No,
Yes.
very good stuff. So now people can look into that. So a jam-packed weekend and then a jam-packed week. And now we're coming up on the latter half of the week where hopefully it'll slow down for a minute. I think the weather will help with that.
Yeah. I am hoping for nice weather this weekend though, because I don't have anything, so I would really just like to vegetate at the pool
Right.
all weekend long.
Right. Like rainy, days and stuff are great and cozy, but like we've got all fall and winter for that. So
Yeah.
let's do some sunshine by the pool. I agree.
Yeah, I'm not you can rain during the week. Oh no, this weekend's going to be gorgeous.
Oh,
Saturday
fantastic.
83 and sunny, Sunday sunny and 84. We're golden.
Oh,
We're
great.
golden.
And speaking of jam-packed, that's what I'll be doing this weekend too. So I'm excited about that too. Because the hotter it gets, as I've talked about, the more worried I am about being like outside for a prolonged period of time. It seems to really do well for my nauseating feelings. So if it's going to be nice and like, enjoyable, that's great. Man, and then the other thing that I was going to point out up at the top here before we get into all of our favorite things through the week is that we were voted best Richmond related social media account by Richmond Mag's best and worst issue readers.
Yeah, so thank you everyone. We are thrilled, super grateful.
Yes.
Yeah, we hope to continue on and be a really cool resource for folks living and visiting the area.
I know. We were very excited. They reached out to us, I think like at the top of the summer to let us know. And we were both very excited. And it's I mean, we've sort of been lucky enough to receive this in the past and it's wonderful every time, but it's especially, I feel like nice that you and I are now, we've changed over ownership. You and I are kind of like running the show over here. So it feels especially like emotional. What a nice surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. The labor of love. We love what we do, but
Right,
a
right.
lot.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. On that note, should we move on with this episode?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what to eat, drink, see, and do in RVA this week. And I'm up first with eat with some sad but exciting news all the same. So, if you are a foodie and you like dining in Scott's Edition, two well loved spots are closing up this August. So, now's the time to swing by and give them some extra love before they go. So, first up is Brenner Pass. After 8 years, they're closing their doors as we know them on August 30th. It's the end of an era, but not forever. They're reimagining the space with a fresh new concept soon. So until then, don't miss your chance to enjoy one more round of fondue, my fave, some of their oysters, or a cozy cocktail at the bar. Black Lodge will stay open, so your late night hot dog runs are safe. And then next is Nokoribi, the wood-fired Japanese concept inside the Vale. They're serving their last bites on August 19th. They brought a lot of flavor and energy to the space, and we're sad to see them go. Food service at the Vale won't skip a beat, though. On the Grill RVA will take over starting August 20th with a temporary residency, while a new concept is in the works. So I'm excited to see what they have up their sleeve. And same with Brittany. I'm very curious. She's been doing that seashell pop up
Yes.
and she loves seafood and she loves the Northern Neck. And I'm like wondering if it's going to be like a seafood vibe kind of thing.
Right. That would be good. I mean, as always, I'll take any sort of like seafood option. She's always so like churning out the best stuff. So I have to imagine it's going to be delicious, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
I was
So
wondering, did they say anything? You reminded me of this Brenner Pass update because I think we wrote about it. So the summer is kind of like escaping me, and I forgot that we're kind of coming up on the last few weeks of it. Did she say in any of these announcements what's happening with the seashell of it all? I know that's kind of just like a summertime.
she didn't. Nope, that was just a pop-up on select Saturdays,
Right,
focusing on oysters, fresh seafood, and that was just on the patio at Brenner. So
right.
I'm assuming that's gonna stop too, the end of
Probably.
August. But yeah, they have their pasta date night special. They have a good happy hour at the bar, and then of course their fun fondue.
Yeah,
So,
right. So all good reminders to get over for that. But you are right that with the seashell happenings over the summer, maybe that's sort of like dovetailing her into her next concept.
yeah, I'm just thinking like that, maybe something tiki.
Oh,
Yeah, like rum.
oh, okay. Sure, sure, sure.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she has up her sleeve.
I
So
guess we'll see.
I
But she's
know it's
very
going to be
talented.
delicious
Oh yeah,
because we love
obviously.
Brittany and everything she does.
Of course. So good reminders, and it's nice too for the veil that it's like, we're stopping this particular thing, but we're changing it up. So there will still be like delicious eats over there to enjoy in the meantime, and then once they get their new permanent concept in. So it's still exciting news.
Yeah, excited. New changes.
For drink, I'm going to talk about Coalescence coffee, which just popped up in the downtown area. It's Norfolk based, but they've sort of been like, buzzing about over the past couple of months about their soon to open spot, which officially did open last Friday and then started having its regular hours at the beginning of this week. You can look for a menu over there of specialty coffee drinks. Currently, they've got Taste the Rainbow, Let's Maj Matcha. Matcha seems to be very much having a moment.
Hmm.
The tonic tile, and a free Island Vibes drink available for kids. And then they're going to have some coffee class offerings coming soon as well, according to their website. This space, from what it looks like and how they've described it, is focused on being a role for conversation, collaboration, and connection. It's very like open and airy and seems like a good place for you to go set up shop to do a little like, remote work if you so choose. And there's also a kids space. So if you have younger ones in your group, you can lounge and play around upstairs while you sip and snack on your order. Their current hours are Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. It looks super cute. I can't wait to go over and check it out.
Yeah, they invited us to the media preview, but I had another meeting and it ran late, so I couldn't make it over. So I'm gonna have to give it a whirl. It's right by Common House, so if I work, I can probably pop in there, grab a coffee.
Right.
Yeah, check it out.
There's something for everyone. I also love this new trend I feel like I've seen around a few places recently in our city and just outside of Virginia too. Like the sort of like play cafe type thing where you've got a section for the kids. So you're not disrupting people who are like doing their work, but if you bring like your kiddos with you, like, you can all chill like in a separate
Yeah.
space. It's cute.
It's nice.
I
Yeah.
dig it.
All right. So I'm up next with C, sort of the same as do. I think both of them are interchangeable for both of us. So I am suggesting everybody go down to Carytown this weekend for the Carytown Watermelon Festival. It's back for its 43rd year. It's one of our favorite summer traditions. It's happening Sunday, August 10th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and it's stretching from the entrance of Carytown all the way down to Bird Theater. Expect packed streets, local vendors, and of course, plenty of watermelon. Admission is free, but bring some cash for those classic $1 watermelon bowls from the Shriners, plus food, drinks, wine, beer, and more from street vendors. Plus, a lot of like the local businesses do things like New York Deli, Babes. So just make sure you pop into the local shops too. There's also going to be live music across multiple stages. You can wander with friends, bring your family. There's something for everyone. Parking is available at City Stadium and on nearby side streets, but as always, rideshare, it just makes things easier.
Yes.
You can head to carytownwatermelonfestival.com to check out all the FAQs and learn more, but I don't know if I'm going. We usually go. We'll see. I think we just got to like take a pulse of the weekend and I just might need a weekend off.
Right. That's understandable. This one kind of like sneaks up on me every summer, I feel like, but it's so wonderful and a great thing to be celebrating, because it's summer. But I feel you on that, where it's like some summers it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, and we usually go like on the early side versus the later side, and I feel like it's just always just so busy, but it's great, and I think it's gonna be a beautiful weekend for it because sometimes, again, it's miserably hot, so it's like a good Richmond festival.
Yeah, it's like one of the best of the best. I think we've also been at a time before where it's been like so hot. But if this weekend's gonna be beautiful, it's probably gonna be a perfect weekend for it. And I do think like we've gone like later in the day, which is kind of nice because maybe like the crowds will like thin out a little bit more
Yeah,
for you. So pick your times wisely.
yeah, I feel like I always go early so I can post about it,
Right.
and yeah, and then but I have a feeling going later would be a little bit nicer, so
Yeah, it's a little easier. It seems like, and there's still, I mean, when we've gone later in the past too, there's still plenty of watermelon to go around. I don't feel like it's the kind of thing where they're running out of it. So you could
yeah,
probably like just, sidestep some of the crowds and still get the sweetness.
absolutely.
And then for do, as Paige said, this could be like a see and a do type thing. But I wanted to talk more about my Galapagos tortoise experience at Metro Richmond
It
Zoo that
looks
I was doing
so
last
cute.
weekend. It was so cute. The zoo invited us over there to come check it out, and we were very interested. It's a 30-minute experience that includes stepping into the Galapagos tortoise habitat. You can get up close and personal with them, touch their shells. According to our animal educator, they can feel that and everything. You can give them little like scratches like they're a
Aw.
tiny puppy. And take memorable photos, of course. You can enjoy potential feeding opportunities if they're hungry. The educator gave us plenty of like banana leaves to share with them, and they were chowing down the
We were
entire time.
munching.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. They were so into it, getting in their greens. And then, of course, our animal educator, too, McKenna, I should say, shout her out, had plenty of information to share with us about how they care for them at the zoo and their efforts to protect them as an endangered species. It was very like informative. She was so knowledgeable, could tell you anything about them. And you could also meet their juvenile Aldabra tortoises, which are the second largest tortoise. They're smaller than these Galapagos ones, still, large, but
Mhm.
they're more like, on the smaller side. And it was so fun. So, like, if you're interested in doing something like this, they have availability. They're doing bookings through Labor Day weekend. They did mention that they're expecting they'll probably continue doing it into the fall, but right now they only have stuff available through like September 1st. So, if it's something you're interested in now, I'd probably go ahead and book it.
Now, I watched the reel, so what were you doing with the brush?
Oh yeah, so she gave me a brush to like clean they sort of do like little like mud baths over there in their
Okay.
habitat to kind of like I think she said just maybe like stay cool or clean themselves off, but then it, dries
Yeah.
and, gives them a good little like scratch and get some of that dirt off for them. So I was happy to help.
Okay, that was cute. Yeah,
Yes.
it looked adorable. I mean,
They
I
were
feel
really
like
like
the
sweet.
zoo's having its moment. I think it's because of Poppy. They had like over like essentially they went viral and then
Yeah.
I think they were like, "Oh, we need to work on our marketing."
Right.
They're
Let's get
like,
more people in here.
yeah, so
They were
they
telling us while we were over there, I think like they've gotten visitors of 41, I think, of the 50 states to come visit after hearing about this
Poppy?
poppy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
So you're right.
Wild.
They're having a moment. And you can also, speaking of these like animal encounter experiences, they've got one available for Poppy and the hippopotamuses too, and for their orangutans. So like if this is something that you're interested
Yeah.
in.
Because again, the orangutan also went viral because he tied a knot. He had a sheet around him and he tied a knot. And then Poppy went viral. And then I don't know if the tortoise experience has yet, but that's like brand new. But
Yeah.
I feel like they must have like a Gen Zer or something
Right.
doing their videos
Knows
because
how to get people in here for this.
they're killing it.
I mean, it's such a beautiful, well, like kept zoo too. It's so huge. We did like the train ride while we were over there that takes you through a different habitat where you can see like
I've done
birds and
that
all
one.
that.
Yeah.
This particular experience, I should note, is not included in your admission. You pay for admission to the zoo, and then you can add this on for $50. I feel like some folks might find that to be a little pricey. I can understand that, but it is like an experience. And if you
Yeah.
wanted to do it more as like a gift type thing, I could see that being like a great thing to gift somebody. If you're going as a group, there's a max of 6 people allowed for your experience, and you can't have children in your group under 6 years old. So just keep those couple of things in mind when you're booking, by the way.
Well, thanks for listening, Richmond. And by the way, there's more where that came from. Joining the Richmond Experience as a member is the best way to stay in the know about what's going on in RVA.
Not to worry, we refuse to sell your info or bombard you with ads, but we do charge a small annual membership fee of $39 a year to fund our team so we can keep doing this awesome work. Plus, a portion of each annual membership purchase for the Richmond Experience goes to rotating nonprofits each month. That's like $1 per week to get an all-access pass to the best of RVA and lift up local orgs. It's a really, really good deal, friends. And listen, what are friends for anyway? Use code CHATTER to get $10 off your first year subscription.
Give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Richmond Experience, and on Instagram at The Chatter and RVA2. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to your buds and rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you want to keep up with each of us, you can find me at Kelsey Heinz's Typing on Instagram.
And me, Sips and Trips with Paige on Instagram.
Chat with you next week, RVA.